Whoa, this is The Illusion, reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. We're taking a drive down the hill. All right, I was gonna make this video about perception and time. So it's roughly 9:15 in the morning, okay? And I've been up for about an hour and a half. And I was getting ready to leave the house and go down to the Talent Out studio, and I was like, gosh, it's 9 o'clock. The day is already gone. Right? Like, that's how trippy it's become for me. I didn't used to get up till 9 o'clock. Like a year ago, 9 o'clock was about the time I would start thinking about getting up. I wasn't a morning person on any level. And so here it is, you know, a year later, I leave the house at 9 o'clock and I've already feel like I've missed the day, right? And that's a trippy thing I've been noticing about time, because I get up at 6 o'clock every morning now. Like, that's kind of my standard wake up time is 6 a.m. And like I said, I never was that guy. I was the fully get up at 9, 10 o'clock, stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning, doing putzing around the house, making art, doing whatever. But now my whole reality's changed, where I'm up early in the morning and I go to sleep fairly early for me. I mean, 10:30. And I think it's interesting that because my life's changed, it is more of a based upon the sun rising and setting. I've like normalized on a celestial level. Like, I'm not a night owl like I used to be. Like, night was my whole zone because I didn't have to deal with people and I could just do my own thing. But, you know, my life's changed and I have other people in my life, so I'm kind of on their clock too. Like, if I were to be a night owl, I would miss most of the day with the hologram and the minigram, right? So we all get up together at 6 a.m., you know, everyone's got to go to work and school and that whole thing. Talk about perception. So I haven't been working the last 3 weeks because our job slowed down because of some permit issue, right? I don't know, the permits got botched, and so they're not doing any inspections on the house, so we can't finish our last couple TNG lids, which are ceilings, and which means we can't go to the next job because we're not done with that job, and it's just monkeyed the whole operation, right? So I gotta surrender to the whole thing, because, you know, now I got to dip into the savings a little bit, and the bills don't stop coming just because work slowed up. And my mind instantly wants to go into the fear-based economy, man. Like, oh, we're gonna starve. It's all gonna end. What am I gonna do now? And I've really been focusing on, like, all right, this is my opportunity to go down to the shop, get things rolling, you know, work out the bugs in the system, just keep moving, right? Like I was talking about that one video, it's like a shark. You just got to keep moving. If I were to just sit at home and stare at the walls and be like, oh, woe is me, I would be lost. But I get up and move, which gets me to the tripped out thing. It's like I'm going to the shop, but I'm stopping to see this guy about this little job right now, and you know, because the highway's closed, it takes me way longer to get to the shop, right? And that's what got me into this whole, like, geez, it's 9 o'clock, my day is already over. Like, I don't have enough time today. By the time I get everything going, it's gonna be dark and I'm gonna have to eat dinner and go to bed, right? Like, I used to have way more time and I, like, not like that, but I mean, so much time I didn't know what to do with it, right? Now I have so much to do. I don't have enough time, but I get more done. It's just real interesting how, like, when your life gets full and you get active and things start happening, they just start bringing other things to them. But you have to ultimately kind of be able to weather a couple storms of perception. You know, like, I have to take full advantage of this free time, if you will, to make more free time later. Like, capture the dream, right? Capture the dream now. So when I get up, like, I'm no longer laying around like, oh, what am I doing today? Like, is there any surf? And what am I doing? I'm like, dude, I got stuff to do, man. I got stuff to do. And so, like, part of my morning was like, dude, I gotta just, like, sit here, drink my coffee, and enjoy the morning, right? Like, that's the challenge now, is to, like, slow it all down enough to, like, smell the roses, right? To just enjoy where I am and be like, I don't really have to be anywhere right now except exactly where I am. But my mind's telling me that it's 9 o'clock in the morning and I'm already 5 hours behind schedule. When once upon a time, 9 o'clock in the morning was when I was getting up. So really, like, I'm ahead of schedule by like 3 hours, right? It's a trippy scene. Time is such an artificial construct, so matrix based. It kind of blows my mind that, like, how slave we are to this weird clock mechanism that really has nothing to do with anything, because time is based upon perception, right? You start going into Einstein and the speed of light and all that kind of weird stuff where time slows down and speeds up depending upon how fast you're going and stuff. Time is totally artificially man-made. Like, the present moment, if I can just get into this present moment right now, like, time is infinite, right? Like I can have infinite time in a split second of this holographic time. I don't know, man. I was just tripping out, driving down the hill. It's a little journey down the hill. There's the ocean. Oh, here's our first look at the ocean, which will dictate whether I'm going to be doing any surfing today. And no, it looks like a really good day to go to the shop. There's the highway closed, just in case you were wondering. Oh, look at that guy just blowing through this highway closed signs. So, all right, it's the illusion. Have a beautiful day, peeps.